Good evening, good afternoon, depending on where you're watching. Happy Wednesday Wellness. I'm Dr. Mary Starr, the Total Wellness Doc. And let me just make sure that I'm up and going here. Awesome. Well, yes, great. Great. Okay, let me share this to a special group. And we'll get started. Okay, so this week's Wednesday Wellness, we are going to talk about a pretty important project, a pretty important topic. Hey Tina, hey P. And I'm really happy to be here with you. And it's something that I've seen through the years, but it was most prevalent, I think, really probably in the last 15 or so years that I've been seeing more and more issues with it. So I labeled this title, first up, let's just say hello. How are you doing? Are you doing okay? I know some of my friends down in Louisiana, I'm praying for you right now. I'm not too far away from you right now, so we've got a little hurricane heading our way. So we're praying for that. How's your week been? What have you been doing? Have you been holding your new grandbaby, Tina? Hopefully you've been able to just smother him. And tell me how you're doing. I do want to know. And I care about you guys and women and men. And I hope that you are not gluing yourself to the news. That you're keeping yourself in balance, that you're doing good things for yourself. It is October. We have a couple months to go. Someone said to me today, they said, I don't think I'm going to have the cash for Christmas. And I said, really? I said, why do you think that? I said, do you not have time to do anything part-time? And they said, oh no, I have plenty of time. I said, well, think outside the box, right? One of my girlfriends right now, she's being a little like shopping elf. And you think, well, she lives in Texas, but I'm here in Ohio. How can it? Yeah, absolutely. Because most shopping is done online and it's supposed to be done early this year, right? So I want to recommend that you do that. So you could be a shopping elf. A lot of people need their house cleaned right now. I know I'm one of them. There are so many things that you can do to make the extra money if you want to have that for Christmas, or you want to give gifts, or maybe you want to give to some special missions going on right now. I know there's a project for Haiti going on, and we've got a project in Uganda, so there's lots of things you can do. Just really think outside the box. We're interviewing actually right now for positions with our company, and those are more commission-based positions, but it's not hard work. It's simple and can be done from your home. So that's what a lot of people are looking for, is positions that they can do that earn an income working from home. So let me know if you are looking for something to earn extra money, and we'll see if it's a fit of what our business has is a fit for you. All right, so let's get started. Let's talk about hair falling out, crazy hormones, behavior issues, mood issues in people, kids, adults. What else? Just a lot of different things. When I first ran into this topic, I was studying to be a chiropractor, and I had just started my kind of business that I run today, so it's probably close to 20 years ago. And there was this very famous doctor, and I can't remember her name, but she wrote these giant books, and I probably still have them somewhere in my office. And it was something titled, "Is This Your Child?" And on the back of the book, you would see, and the child would have really dark, under the eyes, coated tongue. And it was all stories about children who were exposed to certain foods or certain fragrances, right? Certain cleaning products, their clothes. And these kids would just have crazy mood behaviors and different things like that. I want to say her name was Dr. Z. Maybe someone knows. She's a medical doctor. She's probably passed because she was probably close to 70 when I first saw her back in Syracuse. And so this doctor opened up my world. It was before I had kids, that chemicals, even overhead lights, right? Overhead fluorescent lighting could change our behavior, could change our kids, could affect our kids that much. Could cause things like depression and moodiness and literally change how they are processing and sensing things and stuff like that. So I'm like, wow, So what didn't surprise me that all fragrance got banned. Perfumes were no longer allowed for teachers, right? You could no longer bring teachers perfumes because more and more kids were sensitive to this. But the big issue, probably a few years later, is that the kids were coming in not with fragrances or perfumes, but with laundry detergent, with what's that you use to dryer sheets, right? Like the dryer sheets or the fabric softeners were so strong in these kids' clothes that it was affecting other kids in the class or the teachers. Did I ever tell you the laundry, the dryer sheet story? I want to tell you that real quick. So my husband had a friend, and some of you from Oswego County will know this. In Oswego County, there was a dryer sheet manufacturer there, and what they would do to make dryer sheets is they would use pig lard and fragrance. Pig lard and fragrance. That is what's on your dryer sheet. Notice that filmy feeling and stuff, and that when it is heated up, it goes into the clothes, right? Of course, fat would stop static cling and all those things. And so this gentleman who worked there would come into my husband's little store, and my husband would say to his brother, it's like, why does he always smell like baby powder or some perfume thing? And he said it's because he works at this dryer sheet factory, and that smell and that fragrance is just getting into his body. How gross is that, right? How gross is that? So here I am learning about all these things, and I'm seeing more and more doctors are making parents aware of what they're doing and how they affect. And then we get into things about our makeup and our body lotions. How many of you remember out there when Bath and Body Works was such a huge thing? I want to say maybe the 90s, early 2000, but I remember every year getting a big basket of Bath and Body Works, right? Bath and Body Works, lotions, things like that. I have an associate in my team, and I know she will share this with you. Her name's Jeannie Poinier. Amazing, amazing reflexologist, amazing person in Central New York. Definitely go see her. If you want the best raindrop, go see her. But Jeannie used to work at Bath and Body Works, and when we first started working together, she said to me, Mary, I'm never giving up my Bath and Body Works. But then she started learning, and she started learning about the chemicals and what the chemicals, and she has a special needs son, too. So she started learning about taking these things out of her home. And today she doesn't use those Bath and Body Works anymore, but uses all natural options. So, what I'm wanting to share with you today is actually a short video. And on this video, it's 4 minutes long, just 4 minutes. And on this video, you are gonna learn some things. So I am investing in you right now, and I want you to invest 4 minutes. And at the end of 4 minutes, I want you to share in the comments what you learned, okay? Whether you're watching this replay on our Facebook page or not, share with us what you learned. Even if you've participated and watched it before, share with us what you learned in the comments, because then we will register for this week's Christmas Cash. We're giving away gift cards this week. The more people play, the more we give away. So it's lots of fun. Okay, so I'm going to take you there. We're going to watch this, and then I'm going to wrap up with a few more stories of people and what they have done. All right, you ready? All right, let's get started. I need to reverse my thing here. We're going to watch this short video.
Would you knowingly bathe in or ingest toxic chemicals? Do you ever read about it? Worry about it? Formaldehyde, phthalates, VOCs, sodium lauryl sulfate, ethanolamines, triclosan, and fragrance. We are surrounded by toxins hidden in our soaps, shampoos, toothpaste, sunscreen, household cleaners, lotions, and even our makeup. In fact, women are exposed to over 100 chemicals a day. These chemicals can affect a woman's hormones and fertility and can even be passed on to your child during pregnancy and breastfeeding. They are known as endocrine disruptors. Google it. You won't be happy. Let's take a look at the ingredients on a label and see if we can get some answers or maybe even some clues. Is this even English? As if these scary ingredients aren't enough, can you believe there's another extensive list of possible ingredients that are not even listed? It falls under fragrance. The very things that make us feel like we're doing our family a solid are actually the very things that could be causing us harm. Those clean and refreshing smells are the exact loophole that industries have used to get those toxins into our homes. Regulations have permitted the fragrance industry to hide toxic chemical formulations as a trade secret. The fragrance in any one product could be a mixture of hundreds of chemicals. It's estimated that 95% of the chemicals used in these fragrances come from crude oil. As a consumer, it's shocking to know how many fragrance products are not regulated by the FDA. Here's some simple math. 84,000 industrial chemicals used in household items. 200 tested by the FDA. 5 regulated by the FDA. 1976, the last time the federal safety law was updated. Not one chemical regulation in my entire life to date. So, let's add that up. Chemicals aren't being tested in a lab. They're being tested on us. Yep, a lot of these chemicals have actually never been tested for human safety prior to being released to consumers. Let's add that to our already overwhelming and stressful to-do list. Chemist. So we can take matters into our own hands. Pump the brakes. Shouldn't organizations like the FDA or the EPA help us with the behind-the-scenes safety stuff? Shouldn't they be the ones to stop harmful chemicals from entering the products that we use in our homes? Apparently not. Apparently, in the US, we follow innocent until proven guilty for more than just our criminal justice system, but also synthetic chemicals. But who doesn't love that coconutty smell of sunscreen? Manufacturers know that consumers respond to scents, so fragrances are created in a lab to match natural aromas. As our strongest senses smell, these aromas trigger an emotional connection to the product. Vacation, sun, karaoke on the beach, 2012, no kids. That fresh lemon scent isn't worth the risk of the negative health effects caused by fragrance chemicals. And neither is the clean smell of the scented lotion that I put on my kids after bathing them in soapy, sudsy bath wash and coating their heinies with diaper cream. In fact, the average baby is exposed to 66 toxic chemicals per week from bath and shampoo products, not to mention lotions, wipes, and creams. Get this, there are actual trade associations who represent corporations that intend on getting rid of any chemical regulation. One of the most powerful is the American Chemistry Council. With deep pockets of money, the ACC lobbies to avoid regulation that would affect a company's bottom line. Billions in profits at our expense. I learned some of this from watching the documentary Stink. Watch it. It will blow your mind. So maybe I'll just live with smelly kids and a dirty house. It's exhausting to have to read every label, wondering if what I'm using is safe. Since no one has my back in making sure harmful toxins stay out of my house, my newfound mission is to keep my family safe by doing my own investigative research to build personal awareness. Sorry about my rant, I know there's a lot to worry about nowadays, but there are companies and products and your friends that care about you. There is a solution. You don't have to worry. No more secrets, no more toxins, period.
So what did you think? All right, I want you to put in the comments what you learned from that video, okay? So we're giving away some Christmas cash. Put in the comments what you learned from that video. Now, I know a lot of you know a lot of this information, but did something stick out to you, right? Did something like, wow, I remember learning that years ago from Gary Young that fragrance could have thousands of chemicals in it. Just the word fragrance, and that hasn't changed, right? 20 years, that hasn't changed. Actually, 40 some odd years. How the regulations haven't changed. So if you want to be part of our Christmas cash contest, go ahead and put in the comments something that you learned, okay, from that video. And if you're just getting on, we're talking about how chemicals in our environment, fragrances, laundry detergent, all of that has been having more and more harmful effects on our bodies, our hormones, so much. Okay, great. Roxanne is posting it. Now I want to share with you a couple of stories that I have been, I've heard a lot of different stories, but just to kind of give you a perspective. Let's talk about shampoo. And I was talking with a woman who's having some challenges with her health and things like that, but she had learned a little bit about this. And she said, my hair had kept falling out. So I recently changed to a different shampoo and conditioner, an all-natural, non-chemical, and I've noticed that my hair is not falling out as much or as before. How cool is that? Another one of my good friends, her roommate, she had a roommate and her hair was falling out too. And she said, well, if you're going to live with me, we use all natural, non-toxic cleaners. There's nothing going to be synthetic in this house. And they clean with this all natural, non-toxic cleaner. And guess what? That's the only thing that changed is she moved into this house where there's not synthetics and not perfumes, and her hair has stopped falling out. How cool is that, right? How cool is that? One more story. This is a good one. This came in a couple of years. So behavior issues, right, can be linked to environmental toxins. So this one comes about a month ago. We were at our wit's end with my 2-year-old granddaughter. Her behavior was out of control, and we tried several regimens, but really weren't getting anywhere. Then she met with a woman who helped her figure out that she was reacting to synthetic chemicals. So what they did, they got rid of their Scentsy pots, their candles, their home fragrances, all fragrance body works, Bath and Body Works. They cleaned their house with an all-natural cleaner. They got rid of any residual cleaners. They bought feather pillows. And then they started using a protocol to help their bodies start to release some of those chemicals. I can't read all of this to you, but I want to share. Also started using probiotics for this little granddaughter, putting it in like applesauce for the granddaughter. It only took a day or two after removing the synthetics in her environment and starting detoxing on her for her to come back to being a happy little girl. It's been a month ago today since we talked, and the only time she has ever reverted back to bad behavior was after spending an afternoon at a friend's house where they had Scentsy pots going. Sorry if there's any Scentsy pots lovers out there. But, this is from a family who was at their wit's end, right, with their granddaughter and their behavior. And this isn't just little kids, right? Now, why do little kids get affected more often? And I saw this years ago when I first started in practice, like little 2-3-year-olds coming in covered in eczema, itching, eczema all over their body, right? And once they started the detoxing process, got cleaned up the diet, and got rid of the chemicals in the house, this little baby came back to life. The smaller we are, the more harmful these chemicals are. But women, right, especially those of you having a hard time losing weight and stuff too, is guess where your body stores those toxins? Fat, right? Fat. So is your body going to release toxins if it could be harmful for your body, or if your liver's not working right to detoxify things and you got a congested colon, all of that? I could go down a lot of rabbit holes right now. I won't. But my point being is that people are not aware. We, even myself, are not aware of how chemicals affect us. We just moved into a home, and it's a very clean home, but you still were finding little things like little hanging scentsy things and things like that. And just getting those things out is so important. I'm raising kids. Some of you have grandkids. Some of you are, on the other end of your life. And if you want good quality life, stop. Get rid of as many of the chemicals as you want. And you say to me, well, Mary, I'm not going to give up whatever, right? Coloring your hair. That was mine for a long time until COVID here. But look at what the dark dyes, the brown dyes, right? Look at the research on brown dyes and how they are seeing how harmful they are and causing some brain issues and things like that. Do your own research and then make the decision what you're ready to release and what you're not. So I hope you enjoyed this. This is a lot of fun. Again, if you watch that video or go back and watch the video when I stop this and you put in the comments what you learned, we will put you in our Christmas cash contest for this week that we're doing. We're giving away gift cards. If you want gift cards for a fantastic company that has all natural products and cleaning products and shampoos and things like that, you can have that. I love that company. I've worked with them for 20 years. Or if you would like an Amazon gift card or a Target gift card or Kohl's or whatever for your Christmas shopping. Anything, we are having a blast doing that. So we'll see you next week for our Wednesday wellness. And again, if any of you really liked what you saw and you want to make some changes and you maybe have some questions on how and what and maybe where to get started, I would love to support you with that. Please message me and we'll talk about what your next steps are. And those of you who are passionate about telling people this message, maybe you like natural health already. Maybe you're looking to earn some more Christmas cash. We are interviewing right now. I would love to give you an interview, see if it's a match of what we have. If not, what do you have to lose, right? A few 15 minutes of your time, and then we should know if it's a match or not. And go from there. All right. Talk to you later. Please message me if any of those are a good fit for you. All right. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.